Yesterday was exhausting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if I could do 6 shows in one day again.
I'm sure, man. That sounds, oof, that sounds
But
rough.
but man, well the cool thing is that for my show it sets me through like the end of May,
That's good.
which is good because that's the month that I needed to get through in order because I made the decision that I wasn't gonna like stop doing my show again like I did last time that we played baseball.
Yeah,
But the good thing is pretty much after May, it's like 1 week I'll have to work and then the next week I won't.
yeah,
So it'll go in a pattern. So I'll still be able to like pretty much do this show every other week. And then same thing with my show. Like some weeks I'll be able to get some stuff in the can and some I won't be
yeah.
able to record. So
Well, let's do the same thing with this one. If there's any Sundays or whatever where we can get like maybe two in the can for those weeks that you're not going to be able to be here,
yeah.
let's go ahead and do that. So it might be a little rough for the uh, the community nights, so we may have to.
Yeah.
Well,
My thought was let me pull up a calendar real quick. So we've got so when May starts, on the 12th we'd release the Kenny we'd release the surprise.
yeah, so we're good for next Wednesday. So that'll be our community spotlight.
Yeah. And then the 19th Wally said he'd fill in. The 26th I can do. And then I was thinking the second, since I couldn't do it, we could release our Pensacon panel.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. See, that's May. So that's the 5th of next week. And the 12th, yeah. June. So the second, June 2nd, you're unavailable. So we may have to push June's community spotlight to the 9th.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the
In this
first in August? Be the 7th. Wait, no. August is the 4th. Okay, so you're good for that one. Okay. Yeah, we're good for now.
yeah. And I was thinking for June 2nd, since have to work, we could release the Pensacon panel
Yeah, yeah,
that week.
yeah.
Because I'm going to do the same thing with the third is you're releasing Defending Bad Movies.
Okay.
So, yeah, one after May, things will I don't think they'll be that bad, but
Yeah.
May's gonna suck. May is absolutely gonna suck. Like I when by the time we get to Pensacon, I'm gonna be um 10 games
Jeez.
in a row. So I'm gonna be running on pure adrenaline.
Yeah, I need to book my hotel this weekend so I can go ahead and get that. See, thing is, I've been saving my money, dude. This tooth is $200 more than they said it was gonna be. So I owe $550 next week by next Wednesday to get my tooth put in after already giving them $350. So this tooth cost me $900 with insurance.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Stupid tooth. It's $1,000 tooth, man. And he tried to talk me into a gold tooth. I'm like, no. What, like a freaking Rockefeller over here?
A gold tooth?
Yeah, a gold tooth. I'm like, no, no thanks.
I'm I'm looking at my picture and I'm looking a little bright, so I'm going to adjust it on
Okay.
my end.
Yeah, you got a little bigger too, so let me adjust that.
Yeah, it's the Logitech software. Like it automatically adjusts. Oh, now I'm a little too dark.
Yeah, you got a little too dark there. That's good.
That
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually looking into buying a new webcam because I put my new background and everything up last week. God, it looked like my face was nuclear fire. So I'm like, yeah, I need a new webcam so I can adjust
that's
things.
the thing with these webcams. The cool thing with the Logitech one I have is that you can download software from their website
Yeah,
that lets you adjust your picture to a point. It's
yeah.
still not that great, but it's better than nothing.
I think I was thinking about getting a GoPro and just using that as a webcam.
Oh, GoPro.
Hmm.
Love a good GoPro.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I got all the tabs open, and I'm good to go when you are.
Yep, I'm opening up the last two right now. So, all right, I'm ready.
All right. And we'll do the ad after the show, and then I'll re-record the very beginning Patreon thing. I'll re-record that this weekend, and because I need to rewrite it for ad-free versions of the show. And
Okay.
then starting next week will be ads in the show.
Sweet.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Do you like this show and you want to help support us? Do you want us to stay ad-free? Do you want extra episodes every month? Of course you do. Then head over to patreon.com/nerdcaveretro. Become a Patreon supporter of this very show. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Nerd Cave Retro Show. My name is Jason Robbins.
And my name is Derek Diamond.
So you've had quite a busy week. I think we both have had quite a busy week. I nearly slept through all my podcasts tonight.
Yeah, we didn't want to torture the listeners of this show with 2 episodes of the Derek Diamond Experience. So, yeah, no, it's been, well, I mean, work is crazy now. With as of this recording, we are 13 days away from the start of baseball. The whole thing has snuck up on everybody because you can tell the urgency
Yeah.
around the office. So it's been crazy, but believe it or not, I was able to leave work early yesterday to record a total of 6 podcasts. So I did 3 interviews for my show. I did one for this one, which we're not going to tell you what it is, but I'll say this: it's going to air May 12th. Rampage. So neither of us are available on May 12th because you're hosting a comedy show, and I'll be working. So we've got a nice little surprise for the listeners that will air that week. And then I did a sports show with some friends of mine because the NFL draft is this week. And then we did our bonus Patreon show for the Patreon subscribers of this show. So I was exhausted. I was podcasting almost nonstop from 1 p.m. to almost 9.
Wow. That's a lot of podcasting in one day.
That's a new record for me. But I made the decision that I wasn't going to not do my show like the last time we played baseball. Because last time, I think I took a break from my show from like May to September. And I didn't want to do that again because it hurt the listenership of that show quite a bit. And it took me a while to build it back up. And I don't want to lose all that again.
Yeah.
So, but once the month of May is done, things will be a lot easier, I think. And even with this show too, is that, I'm going to be unavailable for about half of May. But once that's done, it'll be like 1 week I can do the show, the next week I can't.
Yeah.
So it'll go in a pretty consistent pattern, which is not bad.
It's a busy month, though. I mean, we got Pensacon this month in May. And like you said, we're not going to have a live show on the 12th. That will be the week that we're going to release our special episode. Not going to tell anybody what it is. You'll have to see. You'll see when it drops.
I don't even want to give a hint because it'll just be a dead giveaway.
And I don't think anybody will be able to guess what it is. So we're just going to drop it on you, so you will be pleasantly surprised. And of course, on the 19th, we will have our regular Wednesday night show, but Derek will not be here, and your favorite fact checker, Mr. Wally Phelps, will be filling in for Derek that evening.
So it'll be a fun show.
Yeah. It's been an exhausting week for me too, man. Just been trying to get back on the stage pretty regularly, doing comedy. I did comedy Monday night. Of course, last night we did our commentary track, working my regular job. I almost slept through my podcast this evening. Like, I had open micer scheduled for 7 o'clock. I didn't wake up till like 6:55. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, almost missed
That's
it.
nuts. But you made it.
Yeah, I made it. Made it just in time. So, good. It's a good thing. Now I'll be up half the night because I won't be able to sleep.
That's the thing with me about naps is that, one, my body doesn't let me take naps. But if I do, it's like I want to stay up all night
Oh,
because I'm not tired.
My body lives off of naps because I don't sleep well at night. So, naps
Yeah,
keep me alive.
my fiance is the same way. She naps pretty regularly during the week as well as on weekends, and my body's like, no naps for you.
Nothing better than a good weekend nap.
But the thing is, like, there's always just so much in my mind or on my mind all the time that it's like my brain won't let me sleep.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of the same way, but my body overrides my brain at this point, and my body's just like, no, you're tired. You're taking a nap.
Yeah.
And forces my brain into shutdown.
I wish I could say the same.
But we got quite a bit of news to get into tonight. Are you ready to jump in?
I can't wait to talk about this first story.
Let's do it. And Jason is psychic news from Polygon.com. The Noid, which we have talked about a lot since I've reviewed that stupid game, gets back into video games with Crash Bandicoot crossover. The Domino's Pizza skunking troll turns 35 years old. The Noid is officially old enough to run for president. Well, he is, which might explain why Domino's Pizza, what is that word? Execrable? I have never seen that word before in my life. Execrable imp returns to public life with the Crash Bandicoot Infinite Runner that launched on mobile platforms last week. The Noid, whose last video game appearance was 1990's Yo Noid for the NES, comes courtesy of another title for with a thing for exclamation points, Crash Bandicoot on the Run. In the game, Noid is a mini-boss opposing Crash, who is only old enough to run for the House of Representatives. Players can avail themselves of in-game pizza-themed skins if they like. Let's see. Domino's has brought the Noid back to its TV ads beginning Monday to tout the chain's test run of robot pizza delivery downtown in Houston. A news release from Domino's said that Nero R2 driverless car is more than a match for the Gremlins pizza spoiling insurgency. I watched that commercial, the pizza delivery car, and how did we know that the Noid was going to make a comeback? Like, who would have saw this coming?
It's like the show willed it into existence, because if you speak of it, chances are it's going to happen. I don't understand the crossover with Crash Bandicoot. That doesn't really, I guess wanted to attach him to a known property would be my guess. But I want to talk about this robot pizza delivery thing. I've seen enough sci-fi movies to know that any type of automated machine like that or any type of artificial intelligence is a terrible idea.
Yeah. I mean, do you have to actually go out to it to get your pizza, or does it deliver it to your door? Is there like a little robot that pops out the side that grabs the pizza and like runs it up to your door? Like, how does that work?
I like to think the car transforms and it's like Optimus Prime, delivers your pizza.
This is a weird article too. Like, what does running that for the House of Representatives have to do with Crash Bandicoot?
I guess they're talking about the game's age, which I forgot that you had to be at least 35 to run for president. Hey, that means at the next election, I can run.
Yeah. But this sentence,
like
in the game, Noid is a mini-boss opposing Crash, who is only old enough to run for the House of Representatives. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
I think it's just a play on the first sentence. Did you know the Noid is officially old enough to run for president?
I guess so. I don't know.
But it sounds very forced. I'm not really big on mobile games anyway.
Yeah, me neither.
And like I had heard of this game before the Noid announcement came out, but if I was looking for a reason not to play it, I think we got it.
I don't think I have a single phone or a game on my phone.
I did play Super Mario Run when it
I
first
never
came out,
got
and
that.
it wasn't too bad. But I'm not really big on the infinite runner type of games. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a couple of those with Sonic for the Wii, with like Sonic and the Secret Rings, and I think Sonic and the Black Knight, where Sonic is just constantly running. Like you can
Yeah.
control him, but he's always moving. That those types of games have never really appealed to me.
I think the last game I had on my phone was Words with Friends, like 8 or 9 years ago.
Friendships were tested with Words with Friends.
Yeah.
uh this I've been excited to talk about because we had several people send this story to us, and this uh comes to us from Tyler Watson in addition to several others. But Super Potato, Japan's legendary game store, opens its very own international eBay shop. This is from nintendolife.com. One of the world's most famous video game stores, Japan's Super Potato, has finally opened up for international business thanks to its new worldwide eBay account. It might seem pretty strange seeing a shop be described as legendary, but for gamers everywhere, Super Potato really is as good as a store can get. The brand is actually, it has around 10 stores in total, but the main one in Tokyo has become something of a tourist destination as well as a frequent stop for Japanese locals. Described as a museum as much as a shop, the flagship store, which is spread across 3 entire floors, boasts a vast array of video game, anime, and manga products, with a focus on rare Japanese video games, or retro games, I should say. Now, these products will be offered up to international buyers, although prices aren't cheap. According to eBay, some of the store's featured items are way above average in the price department.
Yeah.
This is, people are going to spend a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
on this. Do I wish I had it? Absolutely. But I'm I would be very curious to see what some of these games go for on eBay.
Yeah, I'm looking. Says some of the featured items here. You've got, and of course these are Super Famicom
Right.
games. You got Super Metroid with box and manual, $120. Final Fight Guy with box and manual, and CD. Looks like the soundtrack came with it. 153.47. Yeah, these are. Of course, you got Rockman X, which is of course Mega Man in America. $89.28. So yeah,
So
it's quite
I've got
pricey.
one I've got one for you. So Castlevania, the Japanese version with box and manual, would you like to guess how much it is for the Famicom?
With box and manual for the Famicom, I'm just gonna say 400.
$778.59.
Wow. Yeah, I little out of my price range.
You can get it without the box and manual for 329.
Good lord, man.
Let's see. I'm trying to find some more. Kid Dracula with box and manual is 265. I wouldn't mind having a Super Famicom though.
Yeah. It's got a picture here with a bunch of Super Famicoms, like just ready to be sold, all wrapped up and ready to be sold. I wouldn't
Oh,
mind actually having one.
oh, this is cool. They have a clear original Game Boy. I didn't know
What?
those existed.
There's no telling what's in this store. I would love to go to Japan and go to this store.
I would spend so much money.
Oh god.
Oh, this thing looks really cool. It comes with the box and everything, and the condition looks great. Yeah, $235.
Yeah, I shouldn't be looking at this. This is
Yeah,
dangerous.
the problem is like I don't think 235 for a clear Game Boy with box with manual in great condition for 235 I don't think is completely outrageous.
Yeah, but
Uh
still.
yeah, even yeah, Super Metroid 120 in 64 is 85. Yeah, there's a lot on here.
Mm-hmm.
God, could you imagine what a copy of Earthbound would go
Oh
for?
man, I don't even want to know. Do they
It
have
would.
any? Did you look and see if they had one?
Yeah, I didn't see any. I mean, it would have been near or at the top,
Yeah.
but I didn't see it. But yeah, I could spend a lot of money
Yeah.
with that.
This is dangerous. Like,
Yeah, let's move on.
yeah. This is another email from Armez Jackson. This is from NintendoEverything.com. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion launch trailer. Graffiti Games and Snoozy Kazoo have prepared to a launch trailer for Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, the new action adventure title for Switch. Turnip Boy can be purchased now on the Switch eShop. Find out more details about the game. I didn't get a chance to look at the actual trailer here, but I like the art style for the game. Let's see, it be available digitally April 22nd. It says, in Turnip Boy, players take control of an adorable turnip who happens to be an absolute menace to society. After failing to pay taxes and getting evicted from his home, Turnip Boy must go on an epic quest to pay back his massive debt to Mayor Onion. Garden tools to solve plantastic puzzles, meet eccentric vegetables and fruits, and take on treacherous fights. Along the journey, uncover what's spoiling this garden community and rise to tear down the corrupt vegetable government. Actually seems kind of fun.
So I'm looking at the trailer right now, actually, and it looks like a blast. Like it's literally you're going from screen to screen and you're just wrecking things. It's awesome, and I love the art style. It reminds me, believe it or not, a little bit of Link to the Past as far as
Really?
like that top down view, but everything's really like bright and vibrant. It has a little bit of like yeah, like kind of like an artistic style look, almost like a drawing
Yeah.
kind of deal. It looks fun.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the trailer right now, and it's got a weird kind of. It's like 3D, but oh yeah, here's the gameplay. It does look like Link to the Past.
And
Wow,
I love the name Snoozy Kazoo.
this looks fun.
I must play this.
I have to play this. I wonder if they got
Yes,
this idea from um, Animal Crossing with the turnip lady.
no lie, when I saw the link to this, I was like, "Oh, here's another Animal Crossing story."
Yeah, that's what I thought too when I first saw it. This looks really fun. It's got and the actual like animated parts of the trailer kind of have like a weird, almost like a Peppa Pig look to it, almost. If you get my meaning with the way
Yeah,
things are drawn.
yeah.
But the actual gameplay looks a lot like Link to the Past. So I am very much interested in this.
And this is for the Switch, so I have been looking for something to play.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I almost pulled the trigger on a couple of games the other day, but I was like, I got too much to do right
Yeah,
now.
because I still have to decide on what I want to review because it's gonna be my last review for a while.
Yeah, that's why I
So
picked
I
Pac-Man
gotta.
99 for tonight because I haven't been playing anything else but Pac-Man 99.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been so busy with everything else that I haven't had much of a chance. I mean, I've dabbled into Retromania Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I've dabbled into Crash
See, I
Bandicoot.
almost got that this weekend. I was like, I don't have time to play it right now.
Yeah, this looks fun though. I
Yeah,
might have to give this a shot.
yeah, definitely. Everybody go check this out, Turnip Boy. At least go look at. I'm sure they've got the trailer up in the Switch store. So go check out the trailer and give
Yeah.
it a whirl.
All right. So our next story also comes to us from Armez Jackson. This is from NintendoLife.com. Oddventure is a new Earthbound and Undertale inspired RPG coming to Switch in 2022. Polish indie publisher Pineapple Works. The names of these companies have just been great
I
in the
know.
articles that we've read today. Has announced that Oddventure, an RPG inspired by the likes of Earthbound and Undertale, will be making its way to Switch next year. Developed by Infamous Rabbit, the game's described as a lore rich, turn based, crazy JRPG set in a cursed fairy tale world. While a Q3 2022 release window, has already been penciled in for both Switch and PC, A Kickstarter will go live next month in an attempt to support the game's development. It's a JRPG where you play as Charlie, a nihilistic and rebellious teenage girl with anger issues and social awkwardness. I'm already sold. Your search for troublesome younger brother Bonzo is also looking for a way back home. The setting for Charlie's misadventures is the kingdom of Luxia, a land taken straight out of original Grimm Brothers fairy tales with a dark twist.
Yeah,
Let's
this
see.
I was taking a little bit of a look at the gameplay here. It does look a lot like Earthbound,
Let's
like
see what we
that
got here.
style. So I think if you're
Yeah,
into that 16-bit RPG type of feel, this is definitely up your alley.
the environment reminds me a lot of Earthbound.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, that mushroom looks like it came straight out of Earthbound because
Yeah.
that was you would fight mushrooms in certain parts of the game. Yeah, this looks fun. This actually looks really cool. I'll have to keep this on my radar because this would be right up my alley. And just the story, the fact that you're playing a nihilistic and
Hmm.
rebellious teenage girl is hilarious to me.
I like this here. It says meaningful choices. Every decision matters, sometimes in the most unpredictable ways. The friendly JRPG where nobody has to die, dot dot dot, but can in a horrible way. Okay, then I like it.
Yeah, there's also a free demo on Steam
Okay,
if you want to check it out. And then the Kickstarter goes live on May 6th.
fantastic. This looks like
Yeah.
something I might be really into.
Yeah, you can't look at the perks yet. I just opened the Kickstarter link and it just
Okay,
says coming soon. So
yeah, May 6th is
have
what,
to
next week?
yep, next Thursday.
Oh, not too far.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, just head over to nintendolife.com and look up the article Oddventure if you wanna, if you're interested in helping out with the Kickstarter.
Yep.
Let's see. This is from who sent this to us? This
This
is
is from
from
also Armez Jackson.
Armez Jackson was busy this week,
He
man.
he put in some work. I love it.
Yeah, he did. From NintendoLife.com. Welcome, Stullis, to the chat room. Glad to see you here.
Yes.
Um,
Welcome, Stallis.
this is from NintendoLife.com. This is a rumor, but the voice of Metal Gear Solid Snake hints that a second remake is on the way. David Hayter, that's a name right there. The man who voiced Super Soldier Snake in multiple Metal Gear Solid entries before vacating the role for Hollywood star Kiefer Sutherland, has suggested that Konami is planning to remake the original Metal Gear Solid for a second time. He dropped the hint during a conversation with YouTuber Dan Allen, saying, I thought it was just a rumor until the day before yesterday when I got a text from one of the insiders saying they heard it might really be happening. I only had some confirmation that it might not be a rumor a couple of days ago, and even that was still a rumor. But now it's an industry rumor, so that tends to be a little more accurate. It was originally remade for the GameCube in 2004 under the title Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes. Did you ever play any of those Metal Gear games back in the day? I was never a big Metal Gear fan.
I'll be completely honest. I had no idea that the original game had already been remade for
Mm-mm.
the GameCube. Like I had no idea that this even existed. It came out March 9th, 2004. I'm actually, if I were to play a Metal Gear game, it might be this one because I do like the GameCube.
Yeah. I didn't even know they
Huh.
put a Metal Gear game on the GameCube. I thought it was a play. I always thought it was like it went from Nintendo to PlayStation.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. That's really interesting. I'll have to look into that, see if there might be able to find a copy around here.
Yeah, there's a long history with Metal Gear that I just don't know much about it. Like I said, I knew about the Metal Gear games back in the original Nintendo days with of course Metal Gear, and then what was the second one? Snake's Revenge. And
Yep.
then I don't remember anything after that until they started doing all the PlayStation exclusives, which I don't really remember when that started. I mean, I remember Solid Snake and Metal Gear 5 and all of that, but there's like a dark period there where like I don't know anything about Metal Gear.
Yeah, I know little to nothing about it. I think it'd be cool. Like I wouldn't mind playing the Twin Snakes for GameCube because
Yeah,
we've never reviewed a Metal Gear game,
yeah. It
so why not?
might be better for you to do it because you know me, I don't like stealth games at all.
Yeah, and I've never even touched a Metal Gear game, so I'd be willing to give it a shot.
It's kind of interesting, and the reason I really wanted to bring this up is because you know, we talk about it a lot about how Konami has a lot of really cool you know, IPs that they're just not doing anything with right now. Like Konami's doing nothing but making, I think, Plinko machines or something in Japan. Like maybe just maybe if this does, you know, if they bring back, you know, Metal Gear and start doing some remakes of the older Metal Gear games, maybe they'll start working on some new Castlevania stuff. You know, maybe like in
Fingers
a
crossed.
perfect world we get a new Contra. You know, like why not? It's a new Contra game would be amaze balls at this point.
Could it be called Ultra C?
Yeah, why not?
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Come on, Konami, you got so much good stuff just waiting. Oh, they did do a Contra game last year. What? How did I miss this? Oh, nobody
said
liked
nobody
it. Well, maybe
Well, it
that's
sounds
why
like
I didn't hear about it.
maybe it's for the best that you didn't.
Yeah, maybe. But we're going to skip this month in video game history. There's not really much. We're already dry on April. Not much
Yeah,
gaming history for the month of April.
yeah. April is pretty like there are a couple of months throughout the year. Like April's one.
I think February's pretty dry.
It's usually the early months of the year that are pretty dry. Like November and December are always jam packed
Yeah.
because companies are trying to release games for the holidays. There's usually like July and August, I think, are pretty big with summer releases and everything. But yeah, figure we'll get back to it in May.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the last month in April. We've already done like what 5 shows this month. So yeah.
Yeah.
But before we go into our review for tonight, Derek has shout-outs.
As always, we like to shout out our awesome patrons over at patreon.com/nerdcaveretro. We want to shout out Armez Jackson. Thank you for all the news stories this week. That was awesome. Axeblade07, Daniel Salmon, John Jekyll, aka Mixmaster, Carlos Longoria, Staff Sergeant Sketch, Randy Bailey, Tyler Watson, Justin Olson, Brandon Rutledge, Donner Party of 5, Gus and Penny, and Jason May. Thank you guys so much for your continued contributions to the show. And because you have kept us at the $50 level, we will continue to do fun commentary tracks just like Brain Scan.
Yes.
Like we did last night. And I'll be honest, that might be like top 3 favorite commentary track that I feel like we've ever done.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it was a good movie to do. I mean, I know it's not the greatest movie, but it's not the worst either.
Oh, and this is a mild spoiler, but I think Wally summed it up best. It's a great movie to watch with a group of people.
Yeah.
If you're watching it by yourself, I didn't entirely dislike the movie, but it's definitely one that you want to get a bunch of people together and you can have some fun at the movie's expense at times. But this was a really fun commentary track to do. So we'll probably do another poll for the month of May. So you guys can decide on what we would like to do or what you would like us to do. If you want to be a part of that, vote on other show topics as well. Just head on over to patreon.com/nerdcaveretro. And for new patrons, send us your social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or email, so we can give you a proper shout out.
Yes. And tonight we're going to be talking about... Ever since Pac-Man Championship Edition, Pac-Man's had some great music. Like, I could just sit and listen to that all day.
And it's funny because when you think of Pac-Man, you don't really think of music other than the little jingle you'd hear at the original game, the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun. But it never really had music. So it's interesting that it adds good music as the series progresses.
Randy Bailey joins us in the chat room as Metal
Well,
Randy 1, name change.
welcome.
Welcome. Let's see. Pac-Man 99 is a 2021 battle royale maze video game developed by Arika and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment for the Nintendo Switch through its Nintendo Switch Online service. It was announced on social media sites on April 6th and was released on April 7th. I am a huge fan of the Pac-Man. Like, I love original Pac-Man. I think Miss Pac-Man is probably still one of my favorite arcade games of all time. Like, I see a Miss Pac-Man machine and I'm instantly drawn towards it. Like, I just have to play. And Pac-Man Championship Edition, the first one, is still one of the most addictive, greatest versions of Pac-Man that's ever been made. Like, that game was so ridiculously perfect and good. Like, I couldn't stop playing it when I first got it. And there's like it was perfection. Like, there's no getting around it. That game was so great. That's kind of what I was hoping was going to happen with Pac-Man 99. And they did take a few elements from the Pac-Man Championship series with Pac-Man 99. And the way it works is you start as Pac-Man, of course, and you go through the maze, but you have two different things. Like, you know how on Tetris 99 or you kind of have like different attacks that you do that you can like send to the other players. You know, you can like defend and do all that kind of stuff. Do the kind of the same thing here. By of course eating the power pellets and eating the ghosts, and you can send like there's different settings you can do for attacks for the other person, but there's also different things you can do for yourself as well, like make yourself faster or like different things you can do. Like it's really hard to describe. You just have to actually play it. And if you've played the other 99 games like Tetris 99 or Mario 35, you kind of get how to do it. It takes a little bit of, it takes a little bit from those games, but here's the thing: there's not a whole lot to it. It does get kind of repetitious, and by that I mean that there's no kind of change in the maze. It's always the same maze over and over again. The game does kind of get faster and faster, and it's not really that hard. Oh, hush, Rampage. Pac-Man 99 is a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it's definitely not as good as the other 99 games that they've put out. Like, I actually much prefer that they would have kept Super Mario 35 around. I had much more fun playing Super Mario 35 because the Pac-Man tends to get a little old after a while. Like I said, it's just the same maze over and over again, and you sort of have your same little patterns that you do. And I think the highest I've gotten is 3. I think third place, because it does get kind of hard towards the end of the higher you get these red Pac-Men that you can't get rid of on the screen, and they chase you around along with the ghosts, so you can get cornered very easily, so you have to be very quick on your feet. But I don't know. Have you played it yet?
I have not. I really need to because I love Tetris 99. I thought Mario 35 was great. You actually answered my biggest question about Pac-Man 99 is that does the maze change
No, it does not.
as you progress, which I find to be a little surprising.
Yeah, me too.
I thought they would actually even do some slight modifications to it, but
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, and that was something that was really surprising to me. Like that you would think after every time you you clear your board, you would get a different board next to make it a little more not super challenging, but keep it interesting. You know, but because they keep it the same maze over and over again. It's just kind of like you have your certain patterns that you follow, and I find it hard to break that once I get into the habit of a pattern. And let's see. Let me try to. Here's the gameplay description on the Wikipedia page. Player will be playing alongside 98 others. Their screens being visible to the player and are displayed on the left and right. When one player chooses to target another, every ghost Pac-Man eats will cause a jammer Pac-Man to be sent to the opponent, which will target their Pac-Man and slow them down on impact, but can be removed by eating a power pellet. Red variants of the jammer Pac-Man will eliminate the player on impact and become still when the player has a power pellet active. Red jammer Pac-Man are eliminated when the player eats a fruit. There are also sleeping ghosts that, when eaten, create a train of miniature clones behind ghosts, which can be eaten to overwhelm the opponents with enemies when a power pellet is active. After eating a certain amount of Pac Dots, a bonus fruit appears and generates a new maze when eaten along with the sleeping ghosts, allowing the player to continue attacking other players. When a player comes in contact with a ghost, they are eliminated from the pool of 99 players. This continues until one player remains, them being the winner of the match. Yeah, and it says, when you eat a new fruit, a new maze appears, but it doesn't. It just refreshes the maze, basically, whenever you eat a piece of fruit. So there's not really a maze change. It's just, refreshes that maze.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a little disappointing.
Yeah, it has been
I
a
don't.
bit disappointing. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because honestly, I mean, if they're going to keep Tetris 99 around, why did they yank Super Mario 35? Like, there's plenty of room for these battle royale games.
I thought getting rid of Mario 35 was just a stupid decision because I actually prefer Mario 35 to Tetris 99.
Yeah.
And I love Tetris 99. And I'm sure there'll be more that come out throughout the year. I mean, I personally I'm waiting for them to do a Sonic battle royale. Like that would just be such
Yeah.
mass chaos and would be fun. But I do want to play this one as well because, like you, I mean, who didn't play Pac-Man
Yeah.
at some point as a kid? Like it's almost like I don't want to say a rite of passage when it comes to being a gamer, but like everyone's played Pac-Man at least once in their life. So
Yeah.
I would love to check this out, and this answers several questions that I had about it as far as what the obstacles would be. Because you look at Mario 35 and you have like the other enemies that will appear. You
Mm-hmm.
might have Bowser randomly appear in World 1-1, which
Mm-hmm.
freaked me out the first time that it happened. Same thing with Tetris with the other building blocks that would come along. So I was very curious about that. I mean, it does sound like a really fun game. The lack of map variety does disappoint me a little bit, but I don't think it would really entirely take away from the experience.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think the lack of variety really doesn't do it much justice. Um, because Mario 35 was such a great version of that battle royale thing that they're doing, and Tetris started it off, and Tetris is such lends itself so perfectly to a battle royale type of situation like that. I just feel like the Pac-Man is so half-assed. Like they could have done so much more with it, but it's just kind of bland. Like after I've been playing it a lot. Don't get me wrong, because I love Pac-Man. I love playing Pac-Man, but it's so bland. Like there's not much to it, and all the extra stuff. Like you play Tetris 99, you play Super Mario 35, and the more you play the game, you would get cool stuff like new icons and new backgrounds and things like that. The higher you got, but with Pac-Man, you have to pay for all that stuff, and it's
Oh,
like
that's
it's
BS.
not enticing at all to spend money on this game. Like I don't like, and what's the point of leveling up if I'm not getting anything from leveling up? Like I can't level up and use like points to buy like a new background or a new icon. It's just sort of like all that stuff is behind a paywall, and it kind of sucks actually.
I feel like I have to retract some of my praise for it.
Yeah,
That bothers me. I get it to a point, but to me, with games like this, you shouldn't have to pay for stuff like that. Like
yeah,
I think that's a little bit of nickel and diming going on.
yeah, and that sucks because they release DLC. Uh, let's see, you have to, in order to do private matches and score attack modes, and also several themes. It's an unlockable DLC that's purchasable. Special DLC themes were released separately, which changed the look of the graphics, based on other Namco games like Galaga, Dig Dug, Exevious, see Mappy, some of the other games we've talked about before, Rolling Thunder, Dragon Spirit, which is cool. Like I don't want to have to pay for that stuff. Like if I'm gonna play, Pac-Man 99 and go up in rank, like why not give me like the other games do and allow me to save up points to get a new background or a new skin or a new player icon. Like that just kind of, it's so underwhelming. Like I like Pac-Man, don't get me wrong, but there's not enough to this game to like make me go, "Hey, I want to plop down money on this."
Yeah, I I would have to agree with that. It's I understand DLC to a point, and when it comes to purchasable DLC that you have to pay for it, but I just keep going back to the fact that to me that shouldn't be included in these types of games.
Yeah.
Like with a battle royale, you should be able to download it and play it, and if you are able to earn more things, great. Like you could get the little stickers in Mario 35,
Yeah.
or like be able to change your avatar or whatever. But that's that just kind of leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm interested to see, what other 99 games they're going to come out with, because this is definitely not going to be the last. But I really
It's too
do,
successful for it not to be.
yeah, I really do hope in the future that they do bring Super Mario 35 back, or allow us to buy it. If you don't want to allow it to be for free on Nintendo Switch, then make it a $5 or a $10 game on the Switch store and let us play it. Let us pay for it and play it. Now that game I would pay for and play, because there was so
Same.
much to the Mario 35. Like it was an immersive. It was really fun to do. It was fun to play. It was fun to rank up and get like different themes and character icons. Like it was so fun to do. And to have it be completely replaced with this is kind of like, you know, it's like I don't know what to compare it to. I mean, it's like comparing steak to a frozen
Man,
hamburger. Like it's just not even comparable.
steak to spam.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about Super Mario 35 is steak, and Pac-Man 35 is fried spam.
Well, at least you fried it.
Yeah,
That's
I mean it,
better
it
than
gets the
nothing.
job done, but it's not good.
Yeah. So what would you give Pac-Man 99 scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, it's so right there in the middle. Out of 10, yeah, I mean it's getting a 5. And and if it would have at least given me some variation with the map, and have it change, or at least let me spend points to like get a new skin or whatever, like it would have scored higher. But it's just kind of bland, middle of the road. You have to pay for stuff you shouldn't have to pay for. Feels like a money grab on Namco's part, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Maybe times are tough with Namco.
Maybe,
Who
I don't
knows?
know. Because if it would have been more closer to like a championship edition sort of gameplay experience, which is what I was expecting, It would have been way better, but like I said, it's just so middle of the road. Like they just sort of half-assed it, threw it out there, and was like, "Oh, well, we can put this on the Nintendo Switch online, and people will pay for new skin for Dig Dug skin." Like, do you know anybody that's bought a skin pack for this? Or I
Nope.
don't know.
Nope.
I mean, I would say if you're a Pac-Man fan, it's fun to play. And, I have played it a lot because, like I said, I enjoy playing Pac Man, but if I had my choice, I would rather just play Championship Edition.
Yeah. From what you said, and I haven't played Pac-Man 99 yet, but it makes me a little more leery.
Yeah. I just hope they don't keep going this downhill model for the 99 games. Like, if we get Zelda 99 or whatever, something like that soon, don't put everything behind a paywall. Like, let me earn stuff.
Randy Bailey says that fried spam is delicious.
Yeah. Are you Hawaiian, sir?
He said, in fiscal year 2019, the net income of Bandai Namco amounted to approximately
Oh, wow.
571.71 million US dollars worldwide.
That's a lot of money. That's a half a
That
billion
is,
dollars still for
yeah,
Bandai Namco.
that's crazy. I would not thought it would have been that much.
I don't know. And honestly, I would rather just go back and just play Miss Pac-Man. Like Miss Pac-Man is still the superior Pac-Man game of all time. Like Miss Pac-Man is so great.
I would agree with that.
Even the Atari version was good. The Atari version was way better than the Pac-Man version.
Never played the Atari version, but when it comes to like ranking Pac-Man games, Miss Pac-Man is definitely number one.
Yeah. And I have that theory still that every single pizzeria in America has a Miss Pac-Man machine in it.
Somewhere, even if it's in storage.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for this evening. Is there anything else that you wanted to throw out there for the people before we leave this evening?
Yes, so as always, check out the Derek Diamond Experience podcast. This week, I rant about the Oscars. I made the decision to do an impromptu live show after the Oscars happened, and you know, those who follow the Oscars know why it was not very well received.
Yeah.
But it was fun doing because usually when I do shows like that, I wait a couple of days to really kind of let it simmer. But this
Hmm.
was more like a raw reaction to it. But honestly, like my opinion of it hasn't changed. I'll say this: it was not a favorable one. So I don't bash too many things on my show, but this one I did, and I also interview a filmmaker that we both know, Nick Smith, who is based out
Mm.
of Fort Walton Beach. He had his latest short film, Ask Astrid, which I had the pleasure of working on last August, was accepted into the Pensacon Short Film Festival.
Yeah.
So he came on the show to talk about that. I will say Pensacon month starts this week on my show. Every week between now and the week of Pensacon features either a filmmaker whose work has been accepted into the festival or some celebrity guests.
Yeah. Nice. Dude, I can't remember the last time I cared about the Oscars. Honestly, uh,
Well,
it's just gotten so like. I think the last time I watched it was probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it's like it's 4 hours long, and it's just like, oh, come on, just give it a 2 hour cap, like 2 hours. Yeah, no,
and to me, it doesn't have anything to do with the politicalness of it. It's because growing up and even into adulthood, I felt like there were at least a few awards that would have someone that I actually liked, or like I liked this certain movie, or I liked someone who's nominated for best actor or best actress. So I felt invested in it,
yeah,
and it gave me a reason to watch. But this year, and part of it was due to COVID and a lot of movies getting pushed back, but it just didn't have that same appeal because I had heard this idea and I actually really liked it. What they should have done instead of hosting a traditional Oscars, they should have done a telethon and bring in your A-list celebrities that are there at the Oscars every year, and all the money they raise goes towards healthcare workers who struggled during COVID.
oh yeah, That's not a
I
bad
thought it would.
idea.
I thought that would have been a fantastic story, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, and they need to
So
add, uh, some categories that people give a crap about, like best sci-fi movie, best horror movie. You know,
if you want to talk about one that I think would be great for filmmakers, best first time feature filmmaker
yeah,
would be a great award.
yeah. I don't know what they can do to improve the Oscars. I think it's just gotten so overblown, like just bloated and just I don't know. It's like kind of like I liked watching the Oscars when I was younger, and it always seemed like they had like great hosts. Like Billy Crystal was always great, and like people like that. But then I don't know, just sort of just getting so bloated and bland, and just like I don't want to watch 4 hours of this.
Yeah, it wasn't the most exciting show.
Yeah,
I will say that. I mean, I give them credit for trying due to the pandemic, but I think
yeah,
they should have just done something else.
exactly.
That's just me. Oh, also, I want to give so a couple of people have mentioned specifically Randy Bailey and Rampage said that I should post a poll about whether my hair parts to the left or to the right. Ran- Randy says that it's flipped in the front. I'm going to post that on Patreon. I'm
uh,
going to post those three options. I want to see what people vote for.
if you win, you get a prize pack.
You get a I don't know. I'll think of something.
um, go check out Open Micers. We put out a ton of content this last weekend. We did our crossover event with Burning the Set List, which was a really cool show. We put out a bunch of content over the weekend, so just go check out the Open Micers podcast, and it's at Open Micers on Twitter and Open Micers podcast on Facebook. So, Derek, anything else before we leave this evening?
Think that's it, my friend.
Let's do it. If you'd like to email us, you can email us at nerdcaveretro@gmail.com. Send us articles or questions, comments, whatever you got right over there. We're at nerdcaveretro.com. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdcaveretro. We're also on Instagram and Twitter at nerdcaveretro and individually at jfunktastic and at Derek_Diamond. Go buy a shirt or a mask or whatever. We got all kind of stuff for sale at ncrmerch.com. And we're also on Patreon at patreon.com/nerdcaveretro, where you throw us a couple bucks a month, and we keep doing those commentary tracks every single month. So if you want to keep that going, keep us above the $50 level. If you can't do that, can't afford a shirt, can't give us a couple bucks a month, I understand. Go leave us a review wherever podcasts are sold. So Derek, tell them what it's all about.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Yeah.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know how that review was going to go, because, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about for Pac-Man 99, but it's okay. It's not great.
That is disappointing to hear, because after...
Thanks.
Thanks, Randy, for watching. Yeah, it's just disappointing because I like the other two that came out, so you expect it's going to be at least decent. But I guess they were due to put out a bad one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and like I said, it's kind of serviceable until the next one comes out. But honestly, if Mario 35 was still out, that would be the one I'd rather be playing. Honestly,
100%.
But I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight, and we will see you next Wednesday.